Hollis Garden is a neoclassical garden that tells a story using the plant material. Behind me is our grotto, and on either side of our grotto we have native plants. Those native plants represent primitive or ancient Florida. The water behind me flows through the center of the park, and as it flows down through the park it connects to other ages. This is a staghorn fern. The scientific name is Platycerium bifurcatum, and we're using it as a chandelier. It's an air plant. In the wild, it receives all of its water and nutrients from the rain and leaves that may fall in it. We're in our native section now. We come to a perennial. It's known as a beautyberry. You'll see this growing out in the woods. Birds enjoy eating the berries, and humans have found some uses for it. This is one of our native trees. It's a holly, you can tell from the berries. As we leave our native plants, we come into our historical tree section that runs throughout the park. This is a weeping willow. The special thing about it is Elvis Presley's from his front yard in Graceland. It's a cutting of the original tree, which makes it identical. We have an overcup oak. This is Abraham Lincoln's overcup oak from his birthplace. All of these trees in this area have a history, including George Washington's tulip poplar and Susan B. Anthony's sycamore. At this point, we come into the agrarian age, or agriculture. It's in the center of the park. This age is represented by vegetables and herbs and fruits. This is a mustard green that we're growing for the winter, along with some collards and some kale. And it's easy to get colorful in the wintertime with these vegetables. Here we've entered into our herb room. This is a Kaffir lime, Citrus hystrix. The leaves are used in Thai cuisine. They cook with them like bay leaves almost. Hollis Garden is also a sculpture garden, and this is one of the pieces that we have. It's a piece by Jerome Sobel, and the idea is it uses kinetic energy to change its configuration on a daily basis, and the sun shines through the stained glass and creates a pattern on the ground. This is a plant called Camellia sinensis, and it's in one of our herb rooms. I'm going to pick a leaf here. This is an old leaf. The other name for this plant is tea, and these are tea leaves. These are pansies. These are in our yellow room. We've entered into our fruit orchard. This is, again, is part of the agrarian age represented in the park. I have a star fruit. It's picked from our star fruit tree. We also have ugly fruits, which are Jamaican tangelos, Japanese plums, otherwise known as loquats, Florida peaches, white sapotes, and macadamia nuts. This is a citrus from Asia, otherwise known as the Buddha's hand citrus, because the fruit does have fingers like a hand. The scientific name is Citrus medica, which suggests that it's used for medicine, and it is. They make a tonic out of this fruit, and they use it for health purposes because this fruit is loaded with vitamin C. Locally, we have the Garden Bistro and the Texas Cattle Company that people can go to for lunch or dinner after they visit the park. Next door, we have Barnett Park and Sunflower Park, which provide playground and water features for children.
We chose to get married here because it's just an absolutely beautiful garden. It's got a beautiful view of this lake.
There are flowers all year long.
And different kinds of flowers, which that's actually something that I really like about it, is every time it looks a little bit different. It's always beautifully done, but it never looks exactly the same.
Thank you for coming on the tour with us today at Hollis Garden. I hope you enjoyed it. We hope that you'll come back again, and you should, because everything that we have changes with the seasons. All of the flowers, the herbs, and the vegetables change year-round, and every time you come it should be a little bit different.